Hello, this is Wim. We're back again.
And this is Stuart Marsh. Good to see you.
And this week we're going to talk a little bit about land use, land cover change, and how we can use satellite data to quantify and visualize different changes that you can see here in the background. We have some images from Landsat for 1983 and 2015, and in your this week you're going to be able to quantify some changes using this kind of a scene and do that in ERDA. So the lab will be in ERDA to look at land cover change and based on an NDVI image. And then you'll have a problem set to kind of compute a few differences as well. And then we have two articles that we ask you to read to start to kind of evaluate and review those and see what kind of things and what kind of methods are being used in land cover change detection.
You know, you saw how aerial photography goes back a long way, and digital satellite image data goes back a long way as well. The first Landsat was launched in the early 70s, and that was about the time I started doing remote sensing. And believe it or not, that's over 40 years ago. And it's a tremendous resource for understanding how the surface of the Earth is changing. And we can do things like look at fires and fire scars, look at urbanization. And for you and people that know how to do remote sensing, it's a magnificent tool for understanding climate change, whether it's just normal activities of man or whether it's a impact of climate change. It's really something that you'll utilize a lot.
Yeah, and you can look at change at many different scales. Again, you can use a MODIS scene, you can use a Landsat scene, you can use a QuickBird scene at different details, and then basically think about, well, what are the changes that I'm interested in, and you can select the images that are really important to quantify those changes and visualize them at the same time. So for here, this is an example of a Landsat scene where it's just a color composite here for 1983 and 2015. And as you can see, if you start zooming in and then looking in more detail, that the city of Tucson has changed quite a bit over this 30-year time period almost. So you can start seeing where some of these changes are occurring here in terms of agriculture and some of the golf courses that are being built, some of the fires that we had here. You see just changes in color, and you can quantify those with the NDVI image that we will be showing you in the lab. So
Thanks a lot.
And so have a lot of fun.